Hey guys, so I accidentally had a mic issue with this, so I am doing this as a voice-over of the fight. Don't worry, it's not too bad, but we're at test 1 now of Howard Castle. I did some job grinding, and here's what we got so far. I leveled, basically leveled, kept going until I got to a level where the level cap area actually, started to be an issue. But I mostly just wanted to get Trio to get the Hustle Dance. So that's basically what I did, because Hustle Dance will make a lot of these next fights fairly easy. But as you can see, Carpenter is just about done, almost done with Warrior. I just leaving him on there before I go to Thief, though. Trio, as mentioned, he leveled up in Luminary, and as mentioned, he has the Hustle Dance now. So he'll be utilizing that eventually. Not for this fight, though. As for Millie, Millie is making her way through Sage, but she's got some good skills, including Oomph and Insulate, which will be highly utilized for this next fight. We're going to need it, because this fight is not too bad for what I recorded. It's just more about the actual fight itself, but we're going to get started here. For this, normally, you do not want to use Band Dance, because if you do, you start using Inferno. However, if you don't, he uses Puddle Dance. But the first test is completely susceptible to Knuckle Sandwich. You may as well use it. I use Band Dance because, well, I have Insulate, so I can lower Inferno. And also I have Hustle Dance, too, to help heal. But I have Millie go ahead and use Oomph on Carver first, so that Carver can just wreck shit. And he wrecks the shit. So, multiple ways to do this. If you were playing this normally, you probably wouldn't have access to Hustle or Insulate yet, more or less. You might, but there's a good chance you wouldn't. And that's when you wouldn't want to use Band Dancing, you'd rather just deal with the confusion, but that's up to you. In any case, it's susceptible to sap, but you really shouldn't bother, really. And Insulate's a good idea, just in case of Inferno. I think in this fight we get lucky and he decides not to use Inferno, just keeps using Fizz uselessly, so at least there's that. But yeah, the fight goes pretty easy enough, though. I think I technically got a little bit lucky. In any case, though, as you can see, that's it for the first test. Nice and easy. I will meet you at the second test with this same voiceover, actually, because I record them together. And here we are. This fight is not too bad either, but something I forgot to mention before is that I said this in my second attempt to record this, I actually got the Hermes hat while grinding outside of this cave. I did that previously, though, like while I was grinding for jobs and all that. And also that the equipment changes, there might be some minor equipment changes, nothing too big, though. I got a battle axe for the hero, and I think Iron Mask for Carver, and that's about it for items. There's really no need for what we're using in our items for this fight either, so don't worry too much about it. But this one is... well, this one's not bad either. It's more annoying than anything. So, this is it now for the second test. Yeah. The second test is susceptible to Knuckle Sandwich, but I use Focus Strength first in efforts to try to get Oomph on Carver first so he can get a nice big juicy Knuckle Sandwich next. And Trio doesn't really have many options to do since second test starts with Bounce, so I just have him just wail on him, because that's really all you can do. And honestly, that's all you need to do, too, because honestly, why waste anything? As for Millie, Millie means the main support. She's going to oomph up Carver. Eventually, she'll be oomping up Trio as well. But yeah, that's one thing I forgot about, is that this guy can put you to sleep 100%. So, but anyway, we just go ahead and do the oomphs, and we can just take out second test over time. And I stopped bothering with Focus Strength, because it's like, nah, well, we got oomph now. So that's what goes on here. Millie can't use any spell attacks right now because, again, the bounce spell. So I have her use Debuff to lower damage. The good thing about the second test in this case is it has kind of focused targeting when it attacks. So it's hit targeting Carver is a really good thing since Carver has a lot of HP he's meant to be tanking. So I kind of take advantage of that. And then I decide, you know what, Millie, you go ahead and oomph yourself and we could all just attack. Can't really get sap on it right now since it has bounce up, but also it has a 50% chance to resist sap anyway, and by the time it runs out, he'll be almost out of HP anyway. So I do run into some bad luck with Knuckle Sandwich towards the end, because it only has 15% resistance to Knuckle Sandwich, yet after a while, yeah, like, Knuckle Sandwich starts missing way more than 15% of the time here. Well, that's not the right way to phrase it mathematically, but it was just like, what the hell? Because it's like, okay, hey, you expect like one miss, you know, every maybe one or twice this fight, you know, out of every 10 rounds. But no, that was the second miss and a third miss. It's ridiculous. I mean, don't get me wrong, that statistics support that, but it's still like, really? But there you go. That's it for the second test. It's not too bad. The next recording will actually have my voice over it, so I don't have to do a voiceover like this. I don't like these, but anyway, I'll see you there. Okay, guys, we're here at the third test, and this one's going to be me saying it live, so you don't have to do a voiceover. I don't have to do a voiceover again. I don't like doing those. Alright, so the third test is a little bit more tricky, and it might take a little longer, but we should be able to get it. Not much has changed with our stats, though, so I'm not going to go over them again. But why don't we go ahead and get started here? Because we must be tested. And now it's time for the third test. Now, the third test is a little bit trickier because it basically spams Kasap. I think we could technically fizzle it, but it has a 50% chance of failing, and you're better off not bothering. As for attacks, well, Knuckle Sandwich is 50% chance to work or miss, so I generally don't use it. I'm just going to do regular attacks with him. For the hero doesn't really have much that they can do right here either. I wish Dazzle Flash worked, but sadly does not. So what I'm going to do here is probably just attack and then spam Hustle Dance to keep us alive. That seems like the best option here. As for Millie, Millie is going to start off with wherever it is. Here we go. Oomph and Carver. But then she's going to be kabuff spamming after that. Very good. Alright, so yeah, you attack. Why don't you hustle anyway? And why don't you throw... I was going to say, you know what? Let's throw a summon out. Just because why not? Yeah, now we're behind in defense, but we have Hustle coming to keep us healthy. Very good. And that's basically what's going to happen. We're going to spam Hustle while she uses Kabuff to get us back. Alright. That barely did much. Yeah, spells no longer work on them. Well, at least the Fire Claw doesn't get reflected. I think at this point we could just attack and you could just keep kabuffing. I mean, not that Trio's super strong right now, but it's something. Ow. Well, that was to that dude. Okay, we're fine. But yeah, that's all we got to do. You could just spam Hustle for the most part. But you know what? Why don't you keep attacking? This is where it's a shame that we haven't learned Kabuff on other people yet. Trio will be learning it soon enough once he starts learning Cleric, I think. Yeah, he has to learn Cleric and Fighter still so he can get Paladin, but that's okay. But for now, you know, I might do Cleric earlier than later, so maybe I'll do that after Luminary's done then. Because we could definitely use more healing power. HP-wise, we're still fine. But yeah, it's just outright spamming Kasap, which is obnoxious. Alright, we're actually a little bit ahead now. I'm going to say... Nah, you got to hustle anyway. But yeah, that's all we have to do is just keep spamming. We'll get through it eventually. Ow, quit it. I'm glad the hustle is ready. Alright, we're okay. We can just keep attacking and... No, I was debating. No, we gotta hustle. Alright, I'm glad that the summon is covering Millie more. I think we're at equilibrium in terms of defense right now, too. Right? Can I check that out? 249, 154... That's not bad. Alright. No. You keep attacking. I don't think you need to do anything, and you can just kabuff. I was debating on buffing on Trio instead, but I think just in case, it's better to do it this way anyway. And there you go. Yeah, not too bad, especially once we have the intermediary jobs unlocked like this and all that. All right, so I don't remember the next boss, but I will meet you there. Probably with new jobs. Okay, guys. We're here at Spiegel Spire, here to take on Spiegel himself. He is not very hard because he only attacks once per turn. But, yeah, even for these three. In fact, like I said, these three are pretty powerful on their own, so I think we're not going to really have trouble until we're in, like, the Dread Realm. A lot of these bosses are a little easier than I thought they were, but it also could be with the fact that I'm job grinding as I go. So, take what you will. Since I was in Spiegel Spire, I did do a little bit of job grinding, but I didn't go too far. Carver is a thief. I don't remember if I switched that last time, but he's at level 5. And Trio just got out of the Luminary Fates, is now a priest, so he could become a paladin eventually. And Millie's still a sage. We still got some time with her. But for now, I'm going to try to like charge in with just the jobs I have and see how things go. We're doing pretty well, as you can see, though. For item setup, we have some new things equipped at the moment. Platinum Sword on Carver, because we had the mini medals for it. I think these are the same. Raging Ruby came from mini medals as well. And, yeah, Yiggly for emergencies. And Trio has the Dream Blade, because, you know, it's his better weapon at the moment. I also passed the Agility Ring on to him, because I have something else on Millie. I also passed the Fire Claw to him, so he has something magical alongside the Staff of Divine Wrath. That's just for outside battle stuff, though. That's not for, random battle stuff, not for bosses. But Millie now has the Meteorite Bracer. This will let her move faster and be the fastest one always now. She doesn't really super need that one. I might switch that around as needed, but for now, it's what she has. And otherwise, Staff of Ghent as usual, Lightning Staff as well. So, that all said, let's get through Spiegel's spiel, I guess you could say. Like I said, he's not too bad, thanks to what we have at the moment. He does like to cast Bound, but we will be ruining that so that it ruins his AI a bit. If you want it to be more challenging, we don't have to, but it's boss time against Spiegel himself. So, he's completely susceptible to Knuckle Sandwich, which is part of what makes this fight easy. So, he does the attack for Trio. Trio really doesn't have much to do right now, so Trio is going to Harvest Moon. That does a little bit more damage based on less enemies that are in your way. And as for Millie's going to oomph up Carver. Can't use sap on this guy, he is immune. Excuse me. I just ate something, so I'm a little bit... my throat's a little bit off. But anyway, just Knuckle Sandwich. Now that Bound is up, we're going to ruin it by using Poof to get rid of it. And as for her, she's going to also oomph up Trio. Alright, that's fine. But Carver's just going to focus down Spiegel. Trio's going to take out Low Jinx, and so will Millie. Millie's going to use Frizzle. Yep, that's about the right amount of damage. That's okay. But yeah, he's just going to do that. Oop, nope. You are actually going to poof him because he has Bound up. And why don't you keep going after Low Jinx? But yeah, similar to what I do in Dragon Quest V when someone uses Bound or Bounce or something and I Disruptive Wave it. This is what we're doing here. We're trying to disrupt it so that he doesn't get a chance to, so he doesn't get to use his more offensive stuff. Why don't you just heal yourself for now? That's fine. That's about as much damage as he could hope for right now. Oh, nope. I want you to do the poofing, and you can do... Oh, you know what? You could summon some help. There you go. Once I get Trio on the fighter path, he'll be better. He'll have his own Knuckle Sandwich that he could use. But, alright. We got Poof set. We can do... Where's Harvest Moon? Harvest Moon. Yeah, the skill thing is going to still screw me up. I already know that. Let's see. For her, at this point, bounce is down. You can use Crackle, I think, at this point. Because that does the most damage without resistance, anyway. Because Sizzle is resisted right at this point. Because you Crackle, Swoosh, and Zap are like the spells that work on him right now. Very good. Knuckle. You know what? Go ahead and keep using Harvest Moon. Why don't you go ahead and be the pooper this time? We'll get more damage out that way. Yeah, I could also Kabuff, but it's very unnecessary. Alright, good Crackle again. And there you go. That's it for Spiegel. Very easy. Not too bad. I shall meet you at the next Dread Fiend, I guess. Or, well, maybe not Dread Fiend. This wasn't a Dread Fiend. Next boss battle. See you there.